What's up, North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today we are talking all things Atascadero with Terry Banish. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I love being on the show.
Yeah, we love having you on the show because
Yeah.
you're the one that tells us everything that's happening in Atascadero.
All the good things happening in Atascadero. We got a lot happening.
You guys have a lot of things happening.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you wear a lot of those hats.
Yes.
And it's like, I'm always amazed when you walk through the door that you're still standing. I really am, because there's just, you. I mean, gosh, there's just, I mean, you just had the Fall Fest last week. You just had, you know, the downtown light up downtown. You were a part of the walk around the lake.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just in the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't, I mean, all the other stuff that you are part of. So
yeah, a lot of meetings, a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes for a lot of different things too. So we have, you know, a lot going on with the zoo, and we have a lot going on with tourism, and we have, you know, just this nonstop. Keeps you hopping.
And then aside from that, you have a town that's thriving,
yes.
you know, starting to grow.
Yes.
You know, the tourists are starting to come into town.
Yep.
You know, the events, the downtown is starting to, you know, light up.
Yeah,
you know.
Definitely is. And there's a lot downtown to see. So all the unique boutique shops and breweries and, you know, restaurants and things like that. It's a lot of fun to be able to stroll around downtown and even catch a movie. Colony Cinemas, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
I mean, and the restaurants are coming in.
Yes.
I mean, you've got, I just heard that, Blast
825
is coming in where
Santa
Maria Brewing was.
Yep, exactly. You
got Sonic.
Yeah, we have Sonic
on task.
coming in. Yes, and that's going. And we have trying to think, Chipotle just opened, which, you know, it's a drive-through Chipotle, which is kind of cool. So yeah, we have a lot of things happening.
And you got little mom and pop shops all over the place. We just went through Yelp's top 10 restaurants in Atascadero.
Yeah.
And I was pretty surprised. There's some of them I didn't even know that was even there.
Yeah.
I think Ale's Mexican Cafe.
Mr. Q's, that'll be opening
Mr. Q,
too.
yeah, Don Q's,
Yeah,
Don Q's too.
Don Q's too.
Yeah.
So Mr. Q's will open soon too, and they'll be at La Plaza. And yeah, we have a lot. I'm Chop Shop. I mean, we talk about these things often. I'm just trying to think. We have Beach and Biscuits coming in to Flums, which Beach and Biscuits is in Pismo. And
okay, on the corner from Carlton.
Yeah, and across from Colony Market in Delhi. So that'll be a nice area.
So will that be kind of similar to the restaurant across the way that has the open outdoor seating area? Are they going to do that with that
Colony Market in Delhi? I'm not sure what the plans are for Beach and Biscuits, but I know it's another one that's coming in and due to open. Cool. You know, so it's exciting. So there's all kinds of different things.
Now time for something like right there.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's kind of been. I mean, not to Fred was awesome.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, everything grew up around him.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And now it's that whole era, and you know, the Carlton's going to be undergoing some construction and renovating and that kind of thing, and it has a new owner as well, and so there's just a lot happening, and we couldn't be more thankful, and not to let the cat out of the bag, and to kind of
please do
go out in a different direction. But tomorrow between 12 and 2, I believe, we have Neil Young coming over to Traffic Records. Neil Young himself to autograph his new album. I think he has a new album out, and so that's something that was just announced. So
wow,
if you haven't heard it anywhere, you have heard it here on What's Up North County. So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm I'll buy an album and have him autograph it. So.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen anything. I mean, I feel like I'm on Facebook and everything a lot, and I haven't seen any of that stuff.
Traffic Records just put it on their Facebook feed today, and I've been talking with Manuel Barba on that, and he's excited. He should be, and you know, it's going to be it's a lot of cool
things
thing.
Happening.
A lot of things happening in Atascadero. So yeah, we'll be blowing snow at that time. It's all good.
Yeah, well, let's step back. So how was last Friday? So last Friday was your town. You light up the downtown Atascadero.
It was a lot. It was great. We had like probably, I don't know, 1,000, 1,500 people in attendance. You know, normally we have about 2,000, but the parade in San Luis Obispo was going on, so we compete with that a little bit. It was a beautiful evening, but we had a nonstop line for Harris Stage Lines with the Clydesdales and doing the, you know, take a hayride around Sunken Gardens, and then we had the Model A fire truck, and that was going, you know, same thing, giving rides to the kids. That was pretty cool and great picture opportunities as well. And then we had our sip and shop, our holiday sip and shop that the Chamber of Commerce puts on, and they had over 600 tickets sold. So that was just awesome. Great. That's the largest one yet. And that is where you can take your wristband, your wine glass, and you go to 20 different participating businesses in the downtown. They're open late. You can shop for the holidays. It's just a lot of fun to be able to kind of get in the spirit. And then we light up City Hall, and it's real pretty.
Yeah, I watched it. There's quite a few people that posted, the video, and it was really cool, the countdown.
Yeah.
And then just the light.
The lights go on.
And obviously, the video that you see on Facebook probably doesn't do it any, justice at all of being there live.
Being there live is cool. And I know we talked earlier about just, folks posting about Sunken Gardens being lit up. So those are things that we're looking at again to see how we can effectively do that, because those deodar or cedar trees grow to a point where they break lights a lot. Not that, you put the lights up and spend all this time putting them up. We typically will leave them up, and through the course of the year, then there's just, with all the elements outside and that kind of thing, they don't survive very well, but it takes a lot to do that. So we're trying to think of different ways to light up Sunken Gardens going into 2024 and see what that looks like. If it's a parade of Christmas trees, that sort of thing. But we have different trees than Paso does, so it's a little different that way, as far as how to make it work the best, but we are looking at it. So,
and I think that a lot of people, when their comments are the end result, there's a lot to go into just getting up into the trees, getting up there and running lights. I mean, you run the risk of breaking, killing the trees.
So many things,
and people. The Sunken Gardens are the Sunken Gardens for a reason. It's for the trees.
Yeah.
The trees, the beautiful landscaping, down there in the grass, and to have your excitement over over a lighted tree versus the tree dying. It just doesn't pan out.
Yeah, there's all the arborist side of things too with that, and resources. I mean, just to be able to have the manpower to do that is a big deal. And so with our city, we're a small city and we're a small mighty staff, there's no doubt about it, but we do light up around Sunken Gardens. All the poles are lit up, with holiday lights, and we have the wreaths out there as well, and so we have this consistency that looks really good. So then as an event planner, how do you then take it up a notch, and look at doing something where maybe we do a festival of trees but outside, and we involve the nonprofits. It's just how do you then monetize that for the nonprofits to give them a reason why they would want to do something like that. So it's looking at those things. My hometown does that in Florida. So they do that, and I'm going back on the 17th to check out the different things that they do with that event. So we'll see. You never know.
Yeah.
That's how you steal ideas. Why reinvent the wheel?
Exactly. Well, like I said, I mean, it's always this, Paso versus Atascadero. Paso does this. How come Atascadero does this? Sometimes, there's misconceptions of where money is allocated from.
Yeah, exactly.
Money's already allocated for, this, that has nothing to do with tourism, about what you're doing. So it might look like, City of Atascadero is spending money for, to whatever, polish the statue versus, put Christmas tree lights. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And it's not the same. It's not the same cookie jar.
Yeah. So. And a lot of our marketing budget is allocated to things like Tamale Festival, Winter Wonderland, light up the downtown, brew at the zoo. There's a lot of events that we do, dancing in the streets, cruise night, all those things come out of one marketing budget. And so you can only do so much. You get sponsors and you do those things to leverage and, work with the media to have as much airtime as you can to promote and things like that. But you have to kind of look and choose what works the best. And on that note, Trail of Lights. So Trail of Lights was born out of COVID, because we all were looking for things to do. So we created a Trail of Lights holiday map where people could go around Atascadero and see all the pretty lights, because folks were really into their homes at that time. And we had about 125, 150 homes that decorated. So we had a really good start to a Trail of Lights. And then we did it the second year, and it went backwards a little bit. And then come last year, it was like 20 homes. So when you look at a program like Trail of Lights, the map itself costs $1,000. Then you need somebody to manage that map, to put people on and make sure that they're on. Then what happens is, if you don't have enough homes decorated, you really don't have a good Trail of Lights map. So what ended up coming out of that is we canceled it because we just don't have the participating homes of people that want to decorate. And it's the same homes every year that decorate, which is great. I love the fact that they do that. I think what's been great about it is what's born out of that is you have a Christmas and cookies walk that came out of that. And I believe the address is 2720 Farrell Cerro Road in Atascadero, and they do a whole holiday walk, and it's pretty cool. And then you have a Atascadero Lake. Atascadero Lake is just lit up so beautifully because Walk Around the Lake was last weekend too.
Right.
And that was like, oh my gosh, it was like, I don't know, 3,000 people maybe. I mean,
walking
you
around
find,
the lake?
Oh yeah, it was insane. It was kind of like Vine Street in a way, not
really?
that many people, but pretty close. And
Wow.
it was a beautiful night. Everybody was out. The lights were beautiful. All the different booths were decorated. It was just a ton of fun. We had Santa over at the zoo. Just at the zoo, we had 1,098 people. So we know that, not
Because
everybody goes over
through.
to the zoo. Yeah.
Right.
When they come through and we count them. So that's how we knew that. And that's been probably the most successful walk around the lake that we've
that's
had.
really cool.
Yeah. So we're, when you think about the lake itself, there's a lot more people down on the lake. So it's at least double that. So we were, it felt like the first year when I moved Tamale Festival in its inaugural year from Sunken Gardens because of the rain to the pavilion, and we sold out of tamales within an hour and a half. It was that volume of people. Just all of a sudden you couldn't, once you leave your parking spot, I have my ways to go around and park and get in. I had to go bring stuff to Santa because, he failed to pack stuff in his sleigh.
Oh no.
But trying to get back was just, it was awesome, but it was
wow,
like,
that's
oh
really
my
cool.
gosh, this is a lot of
That's
people.
great to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in this area of events.
Yeah.
I mean,
we do. We're lucky.
There's so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
And, I asked myself, especially last weekend where I went, I'm like, why do I leave, this area? And to hear that, 3,000 people walk around the lake,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It
amazing.
was a lot. We were worried about running out of cider and running out of cookies at our city booth because Public Works gets out there and they put on the booth for the city, and we have city council out there and all that. And about, I don't know, I think it was like 7:30, they text me and go, Terry, should we go get more? I'm all, no, you'll be fine. And they were fine, but it's just after years of doing it, you're just like, yeah, no, don't run out to the grocery store because the last thing you want to do is that, because by the time you get back,
right,
it's not worth it. And try to find a parking spot or get back where you were, where your booth is.
yeah, or just to get out of there.
Yeah, just to get out of there. I mean, to go from Atascadero Lake to City Hall and back just to pick up something and bring it back.
Forget
it took
about
me
it.
a while.
Oh my God! Well, that's
Wasn't
great
very
news.
walking.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. This
It
sounds
was
like a
good.
successful weekend.
Yes.
Friday and Saturday there at Atascadero.
Yeah, we have another one coming up. So
Yes.
we have,
So tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, Winter Wonderland, and that we're bringing. It's a big production because we bring in 70 tons of snow, and so when you look at 70 tons of snow, it's really you're bringing in ice and you're blowing snow. So Cuesta Springs Ice Company out of San Luis Obispo, Tony Horzen and his team, they come out and they literally start blowing snow at, I want to say 11:30. Prior to that, we have Atascadero Hay Feed. Eric bringing all of the hay. There's like 200 and I don't know. I think it's like 56
for the side area
bales
going
of
down.
straw. We do straw because straw is lighter, and we build the snow slide. So, and the only place that has a hill in Atascadero is between Traffic Way and Entrada on Palma,
Right.
where Anna and Company is. So we do the hill there,
little higher?
and it has that elevation that we need. And Kiwanis of Atascadero, if it wasn't for that team to build this hay foundation for the snow slide every year and man the snow slide to get people on and off that snow slide, we would not be able to do this event. I mean, it's really something that they have been doing for years. I believe we're in our 20th year because there was one event that was rained out in its time frame and then COVID. So 20 years of Winter Wonderland is this year, so it's kind of cool.
But didn't you try the year that it was raining? Did you guys try to do it and it just it melt
Slushy.
the snow? It was just
Too slushy, and that was kind of pre-me. We had one year where it rained. Yes, no, it snowed too. It rained and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. But we went for it. And it wasn't too bad. But I've heard that in the past when Larry Weissong was doing it, with Weiss on Construction. He was Main Street for a long time after Steve Martin. So he did one where he's like, they don't care. The kids are out there playing. It doesn't matter. It was still a great event. So this year I'm just thankful we don't have any of that. We're going to have a beautiful evening tomorrow night, which is going to make it more popular, and we know that. So the queuing up of the line for the snow slide, just so everybody knows, there's 2 lines. There's one that goes around, down and around Anna and Company, and then there's one that goes back in the Carlton parking lot area. The one that goes out through the parking lot area for Carlton is a line that people don't realize there's a line over there, so it tends to go quicker. So there's like a bank queue that comes in, so we can get people on and off, and we can rotate that line quickly, so you can get a couple rides down the snow slide. So this should be good.
And what does it cost to do the snow ride?
Free.
Free.
It's all free. This event's free.
Just get in line.
Yep. The only thing that's going to cost you money is if you want to buy stuff from the vendors or from the downtown stores or restaurants, as well as Bubble Fun 101 does all of the bungee jumps and bounce houses and stuff like that. But outside of that, the A-Town Skate A-Town Park puts on a scooter demonstration. And that's all brought to you by 805 Board Shop, Kevin Campion and his wife Andrea. And then we have all of our music is being performed from Atascadero High School Choir, middle school choirs, the elementary choir. We have Atascadero Fine Arts Academy of Dance Honor Dance Group. We have the Fine Arts Academy Choir, Honors Choir. We have Motions Academy of Dance, and it's nonstop from like 5 until 7. You have all of the different community bands out there performing, so it's a lot of fun.
And where are they going to be performing at? Is it going to be one central location, or is it going to be different?
Because I know
right in front of City Hall.
Yeah,
okay,
we
on
try
the
to
stairs?
keep it simple, over there, so that way you have an opportunity to see what's happening there. And we have a whole list of entertainment on visitatascadero.com under our events page under Winter Wonderland. So so you can find all of that there. But
and then you have Medina doing a light show.
Yeah, Medina does his all of the coordination of sound, and then he'll start playing holiday music after the choirs and the dance groups are all finished, probably around 7:30 or so. He'll play holiday music, so he'll be getting everybody going. And then we have Santa and Mrs. Claus, and that's complimentary as well. We have Joe's Little Train for the little guys, that's complimentary. We have the snow pile area, one big snow pile area, but actually 2 snow piles, but one big area on Entrada. Down by Kula Vineyards Tasting Room, which is kind of purposely done. So that way people can enjoy maybe a glass of wine and watch the snowball fights. But it's below the waist only. We're trying to keep it to kids 10 and under.
Tell the kids below the waist. Don't hit below the waist.
Don't hit above the waist.
No face shots.
No face shots. Not cool. But we did that. We used to have them separated, but we did that this year to bring them together because it's easier to manage when it gets a little crazy, so versus having 2 completely separate areas. So, yeah.
And sometimes, sometimes with these kids, this is their only snow experience that they ever really see or get to be a part of.
Yeah, it's true. If they're not able to get up to the mountains or whatever, it's an opportunity for all families to come and enjoy and not feel the pressure of the snow, because we have snow for you, and it will be a lot of fun. And
it's looking like it's going to be a weather that's, accepting the snow. It's not going to...
and it'll be cold.
Yeah.
I hear it's going to be 21 degrees something like that. Not maybe Atascadero, but in our county we'll experience some low temperatures this Friday night, but not till later. But yeah.
So Terry, on something like this, what do you expect? You had 3,000 people, walk around the lake. You had, 2,000 people in the downtown lighting. What do you expect for something like this?
Winter Wonderland tends to pull in, through the course of the evening, 7,000 to 10,000, roughly, is usually what happens.
Wow.
So it's a lot of people. But it's not all at one time, so you don't ever feel like there's that many people there at any given time. It's just through the course of the evening. And we do that by, all kinds of different ways to count. So just from the geographic area and what it can hold. And then also candy canes. We count candy canes. We know how many candy cane boxes we've gone through, what it compares to the year before, that kind of thing. How many slides, how many times down the hill that you've gone, counting that.
Somebody's there with a clicker?
Yeah.
Clicking those?
With a clicker. Not always, but sometimes we do that and just kind of get an idea.
That'd be an interesting statistic.
Yeah. It's fun just to see all of the numbers come in, so you can kind of get an idea of what it was and how successful it was. And again, it's through the course of the evening. So in the beginning of the evening, you'll have the younger kids and families, and then as you get later in the evening, of course, you have, the older kids and stuff like that. And I mean, there's a whole production cleaning this stuff up, because we have to clean up the snow slide and have the streets open the next day for business, because it's a big time of year for retailers. So we don't want to keep the streets closed for a snow slide or manage that. So we have AJ Excavating that comes in, Morgan and his team. Frank Summers comes in with his tractor. And so we have the Atascadero High School athletic team. Sam DeRose gets his people out there, and they're sponsored by Rotary of Atascadero to get out there and help clean up. So it's a lot. It's a lot to those hay bales aren't easy to lift, especially after they have water in them.
Right, get saturated.
They do get saturated. We've tried putting plastic down. I mean, Eric at Atascadero Hay Feed, he goes, "What about the plastic, putting it down?" And I go, "No, we've done that. It doesn't work." It's, so we've done all the different things to try and protect the hay, and so it can be reused, that type of thing. So
I don't want to completely damage it.
Yeah, no. So, and then all the snow goes out to Atascadero Mutual Water Company. So the water company also is a part of this. So it's definitely full-on community event. Everybody participating to make it happen. So, yeah.
And like you mentioned, some sponsors. I mean,
yes,
your sponsors. I mean, you have some major sponsors.
I do. Couldn't do it without these guys.
Totally.
Yeah, and Cielo Restaurante. Italian restaurant there in Atascadero, Eric Peterson and his whole team, they've done a lot to sponsor our events this year. Cielo's the exclusive sponsor of Winter Wonderland, and then we have all of our presenting sponsors, supporting sponsors, snow sponsors. Snow sponsors are so key, because the cost of the snow is close to $30,000. So it's not, it's a lot of money, and it's well worth it. And they're basically paying their cost with Cuesta Springs Ice Company, so it's not, you know what I mean? It's
but what
all
a cool,
community.
even to get down there just to watch them do the snow slopes.
It is. It's pretty cool.
Just to blow, snow.
Yeah.
I mean, essentially, that's what, it's
that's
real
what we're
snow.
doing. We're creating basically a ski resort, if you will, without the skis. Yeah.
Gosh, that is so cool.
It's fun.
And I'm so excited that you get to come on here. You come on here and you bless us with this information.
Yeah.
Our local information.
Yeah.
Of what's happening.
Yeah.
Because
and it
really
answers a lot of questions for folks too, because you don't always get to do that, and this is an opportunity to be able to kind of find out why do you do it like this, that sort of thing, and kind of
So Terry, is this after tomorrow night? Does your gloves come off and your boots come off, and you're just like put your feet up on the table and enjoy the fireplace?
I don't know about that. I start doing my own holiday shopping and my own, trying to get my act together. And then we have Holiday Magic next weekend for the zoo. And so we shift into promoting the zoo and getting everybody excited about Holiday Magic. So that too is a fun time of to be at the zoo and see the animals open their presents from the zookeepers. And
so are you going to come on next week?
If you like, I could probably bring in our zoo director, Alan, and he can talk about animals and things like that. I'll see what his schedule might allow, and we'll make that happen. But yeah, it'd be fun to just kind of talk about the zoo and a little bit, because he's the expert. I do my best, but
is Alan the one that always walks around with the owl?
He doesn't always walk around with the owl.
Not always, but like in big events.
Yeah, big events, he'll bring animals out. If anything, he's looking at the animals that might, like some of these birds, they can get up and over the fence, and so he'll go chasing.
Oh yeah,
so, yeah.
Well, when this gentleman was at the wine fest, he had this person had the owl, and I just I've never seen an owl that close, and I was like, he's like, "Sir, you need to back up." We're like, oh, because he's like,
that wasn't Alan, but I believe it was Brian who did that.
I'm like, oh, he goes, and then he told me, what they can do. I'm like, okay, I'll back up even more.
I know. You don't want to be bit. There's definitely that. I mean, I did a little one-on-one with the zookeepers a couple of weeks ago, just to kind of see what their day's like and that sort of thing, and just, get to see the animals up close and personal. And it's like some of them, they're just, they want a piece of you.
Right?
They're like one of the big macaws is coming over. I go, okay, I've had parrots, so I know that move. And so I'm like, I'm going to back up, because I don't want it. That beak is way too big.
Yeah.
It hurts if they bite.
Well, very cool. Well, Terry, we appreciate you coming on here.
Thank you.
So tell us one more time what is happening, what time everything happens tomorrow
Very
night,
good.
and how people can be involved.
I can do that. So Winter Wonderland, 5 to 9 p.m. tomorrow evening, Friday, December 8th. Plan to be there, try and get there a little early so you can get a parking spot. And, early is best. You can get down that slide a couple times that way. And Santa will go down the slide first at 5 o'clock, and then we'll open it up to everybody. So that'll be fun. And then next weekend, mark your calendars for Holiday Magic at the Charles Paddock Zoo. And that is Saturday, December 16th from 10 to 1 p.m.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate everything you guys are doing there in Atascadero, and it's really putting the North County more on the map than it already is.
Thank you.
So you guys are doing an awesome job.
Thank you. We appreciate it. We have fun.
Well, yeah. Well, there you have it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys get up and out to Atascadero tomorrow night for Winter Wonderland. You do not want to miss this. It's a free event. Bring the kids. Bring your snow gloves and go ride the sleigh down the snow piles out there. And make sure you guys go out there and bring your money because there's lots of stuff to buy and help support North County and local business. But as always, guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Rancho Sestero Meat Cutting, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, El Red Rooster, Pacific 805 Spas, Hanson Enterprises, 5-Star Rain Gutters, Airflow Filter Services, Kennedy Club Fitness, Story Termite and Pest Control, and Borhone Auto Center, guys. Thanks again. We'll see you tomorrow night.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
We don't just serve it up, we roast it, distill it, brew it, craft it, crank it, bake it, make it, perfect it, cure it, paint it, live it, breathe it, and then we serve it up, all in Atascadero.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today. We can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers,